Hey there, fellow collectors, Shuki here with a review of the Kamen Rider Build DX Evol Driver. So this is the transformation belt for Kamen Rider Evol right here. He's big, he's bad, and he's gonna kick your booty. But I digress. Obviously, a repaint / remold of the Build Driver using the Evolbottle system. We have the Cobra and Rider system. Or just Rider, Evolbottle, up there in the corner that you can't really see, but you can see him right here. So, yay for that. On the back of the box, it shows all the functions. You put the bottles in, you crank the handle, it goes and stuff like that. And of course, it is compatible with the normal Fullbottles as well. Bat engine being shown right there to make Kamen Rider Mad Rogue. So, yay for stuff. And there's also some functionality with finishes and stuff like that. And it took me so long to do this video that I now know what all these functions do thanks to the show. So, hooray for that. But this was released in May 2018 for a undisclosed price. This was one of those items where it's like, oh yeah, you can set whatever price you want. Good job. Does he use it? Yeah, he does use it. So, it was kind of like a whatever sort of price. I was lucky enough to pre-order this on HLJ, and they mistakenly put it up for only like 3,200 yen, which is insane. That's about $30 for a full functioning driver. So that was definitely really cool, but most of the time you're going to find this for around 6,000 to 7,000 yen or so, give or take. So keep an eye out for prices, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get this open and take a look. Before we begin, here are the straps for the Evol Driver. A very cool magenta and gold sort of color scheme. This is more maroon, actually, not magenta. I don't know why I said magenta. But yeah, same clip and stuff as the Ghost Driver, just like the Build Driver before it. So yay, belt straps. Woo, let's get out of here. Before we get into the belt itself, I do want to take a quick look at the Evolbottles and do them in the other toys, just to get that out of the way. Here is the Cobra Evolbottle, and the Evolbottles don't have a shake mechanic. However, if you shake them, they do make noise, because there's a whole like spring-based system in there. So if you do shake it, you do get some noise. So that is a nice little touch. But yeah, the piston gimmick in here is that the mouths go up and down, which I think is really cool. It's kind of neat to just be like a little fidget toy as well, because as always you have the cap spinning and stuff, which was kind of a fun thing to fiddle with sometimes. But if you flip it around, you kind of have something else to fidget with, which I love a lot. I like these sort of little gimmicks that, if they don't make noise or anything, have something on them that I can just kind of mess with. I don't know, that's just me. But cool Cobra logo right there. And Evolt was actually doing this in the series right before he transformed, so it's canon. The fidgetness of these is canon. You got Evol's logo up there, the little planet logo. But very cool. A nice take on the Fullbottles. Number 65, this is the same exact rail system as Cobra. If I can find Cobra over here on the side of my review station. So there's Cobra. Like I said, same exact rails, same exact number, and all of that fun stuff. So you could use this in the Build Driver, you can use this in the Evol Driver. It'll all make the same exact noise. Here is the Rider Evolbottle, the Rider system one, and this basically just makes everything function. It makes Evol transform. It makes, Evolt, or Evolto, transform into Evol. And it also makes the finish noises for other Fullbottles. I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be. I guess it just kind of looks like a piston sort of thing, a little press, I don't know. But you got the main Build logo right there. Evol's logo up on top. 119 is that, and we have no other bottle that makes this noise so far. So that is pretty neat. But yeah, so I dig them. I like the Evolbottles a lot. I kind of wish the whole line was Evolbottles, to be honest. But I digress. Build Driver is on, so we'll check out those sounds real quick. That surprises absolutely nobody. And this one Kamen Rider in a green light. I don't know if there's any other Kamen Rider phrases that make different colored lights. I'm not really sure. But there's no best match or anything with this that we have. It does actually best match with a Super Sentai Fullbottle that we've never gotten released yet. But if you can manipulate those rails and get the Super Sentai sound, you can make a best match with those. Seen some Japanese reviewers do it, so pretty cool. But yeah, that's it for that. And as one would expect, yeah. Alright, so here is the Evol Driver, and I love the look of this. The maroon, the blue, the gold, it works for me in terms of a color scheme. Here is the Build Driver. They are the same exact mold. Obviously, the kind of circular part is different. The front face of the entire thing, like this section right up here, is different between the two. You have the stripe here, you got the kind of eccentric sort of design there. The gears are the same, just different colors. And there's a different plate right here covering the little wiry bit. So, yeah, there's a fair amount of changes. Nothing extravagant or anything, but there are some changes to it. But I definitely dig the color scheme for this a lot. So, really cool. But without further ado, let's go ahead and turn it off to turn it on. Evol Driver. I love the voice. I'm blanking on the voice actor for Evol, but I'm pretty sure he voices this as well, and I think that's just a really, really cool touch. I like that a lot. But that's, honestly it for these and this, so let's just jump right into the transformation. So you take the Cobra and the Rider. I love that a ton. I think that's really cool. Like, it captures the essence of an evil rider with just that maniacal laughter. I love it. But that is that for the transformation for Cobra, his phase 1 form, his quote base form, so to speak. And there you go. Again, a generic attack, much like the Vortex finish. But it does say the Chow, and I kind of love the fact that, like, Chow wasn't even a Isarugi Shuichi thing. It was an Evolt thing. I don't know where he picked up the word Chow from, but I dig it. So we have a Kamen Rider transformation device that says Chow. So, I like it. So, of course, there are some other functions that I talked about. That is it for Evol's forms, at least with this, with the driver itself. We take out Cobra and put in something else. You can't do Rabbit, you can't do Dragon, and I think there's 3 other ones that activate forms for Evol that we don't know about yet, or have seen, or may ever see. I forgot what they are off the top of my head, but one of them I don't even think is released yet, but we'll go ahead and use, just to show that they can be used with this, here is Gear Engine. So, real quick, 2 things of note with that. One, this says Kachihoki? I think I need to hear it one more time. But the Japanese word for engine. It didn't say engine as it would in the Build Driver. So the Fullbottles actually all, I don't want to say all, say different things in here. So if this says an English word, this will say the Japanese word. And if this says a Japanese word, this will say the English word. For some of them, rabbit, tank, dragon, those are all the same. There's a couple others that are the same as well, but a lot of them have their names reversed, which I think is really cool. It reminds me a lot of the Driver and the Mock Driver from Kamen Rider Drive. And as you hear, it did say creation, so we'll go ahead and do that officially. So that is a finish, a creation finish is what I like to call them. I don't know if there's an actual word for them. But basically we found out in the show, thanks to episode 39, that when this happens, like a weapon or something gets summoned. So when it was used, the Kaizoku Densha? The Kaizoku Resha weapon got summoned for its attack. So it's a really cool feature. You just mix anything with the Rider Evolbottle and you get a like creation sort of thing. I don't know if it'll ever be used with something that doesn't generate a weapon, but we shall see. Also, we have, like, we can use Bat. Unfortunately, they're all the same sound from what I know, but it is still a really cool kind of feature, nonetheless. Now, of course, this is also capable of reading the Fullbottles, as we've demonstrated. It is also capable of doing the best matches. So, for instance, so it'll say Evol match. It is all generic sounds. There is no actual, like, phrase for them like there is in the Build Driver. However, it does say the name of the form. So it said Key Dragon here. We'll do one more. So those were two that had their things switched. And finally, it is compatible with this, kind of. Obviously, if you do the main transformation, it's not going to work all too well with everything else, but we'll go ahead and do it anyway. Changes to Revolution. It still looks like a bird. honestly it. It ignores these completely because of what the Evol trigger does. But
hazard on.
This is going to be really boring, I promise you. Yeah, bae, indeed. So yeah, obviously the trigger made for this, the Evol trigger, will do more specific stuff to line up with that giant absence of noise that is in this thing. But I believe that is about it for the Evol Driver. And I don't want to say that's about it because that is quite a bit of stuff. You have the functionality with the Evolbottles to make Evol's forms. You have the readability of all the previous Fullbottles to make those forms. Again, there's no unique sounds, but it does say the name of the form, so there is that. Plus, names are switched around from English to Japanese and Japanese to English, which makes inserting the Fullbottles you already have a ton more fun in this one as opposed to if they were just the same. And of course, we have more things on the horizon like the Evol trigger and all the other Evolbottles, and who knows what else might be in store. So very, very cool. I definitely recommend this one a ton for fans of the series or for people that are just looking to enhance their Fullbottles with a new toy to make new sounds, new forms, all that fun stuff. It's definitely really, really cool, and it kind of breathes a little bit of fresh air into this line for me. Plus, the sounds are really cool, the voice is really cool, and it's a cool looking toy, I think, in that regard. So definitely recommended, especially if you can get a Forest Tube as I did. That's definitely a plus in my book. But very cool. So that about does it for this review. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and as always, thanks for watching. Take care and have a great one. But obviously people are going to want to hear those sounds for those Fullbottles, and don't worry, full sound demo is coming up tomorrow. Take care and have a great one. Bye. I'd like to thank Mike, Joey, Joe, John, Josh, VZ17, and all my fans who support me on Patreon.